You know, most employees, when you ask what they dislike the most about their job, it's meetings. And so one of the ways that you can make your meetings more productive is to make them more fun. And so every meeting that you have, do something a little bit different. You might have one where everybody stands up. You might have one where everybody sits on the floor. You might have one where you take all the furniture out of the room and they have to decide what to do, how they're going to function. So that's one way to do something differently each time. Perhaps bring a treat, a special treat, just something creative. Secondly, most of the meetings that I go to or hear people talk about are about what's going wrong instead of what's going right. So one of the things I ask my audiences to do is to begin every meeting they go to with 3 minutes of good news. And just ask anybody in the room to share any good thing that's happened in their family, in their community, on the job, in the world. Because most of your meetings are about what's going wrong. So starting out with what's going right is going to make a real difference in your meetings. My clients all over the world are starting meetings with that 3 minutes of good news. And they're telling me they're more productive, they're shorter, people are coming on time because they don't want to miss the 3 minutes of good news. And the most exciting thing is they're telling me they have a hard time stopping it at 3 minutes. Because once people start sharing good things, they want to share more and more and more. And we're so focused in our world on what's going wrong instead of what's going right. The other thing I would suggest to you is to have some assigned jobs in the meeting. You always want a scribe, of course, to take notes, but have a timekeeper. And do a pre-agenda so that people know before they come to the meeting how much time you're going to spend on which topics. And then have a timekeeper. He's going to let you know, he or she, when you're down to 2 or 3 minutes. And when the time is up, you end that discussion so that people get used to following the timekeeper. And then you also want to have a process checker. And this person is sort of like the coach, the one on the sidelines, who when somebody gets off the topic, tells them, stops the meeting, does a timeout, and says, let's get back on topic again. And so those roles will keep you really much more focused in a productive way. And then if you're doing something fun and you're starting with 3 minutes of good news, you're going to end up having very successful, shorter, and much more productive meetings.